grade, there's ambiguity, yes? Too much at stake for your foolery, this a test. Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, I ain't stressed. You gonna stop me? Well, ain't that so? Ain't nothing gonna block me from the pain I know. You have no other choice but to watch me reap the flames I grow. You probably think that I'm ungodly, but I ain't that though.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The second of two games tonight. It's the Browns and Steelers underway to wrap up Week 2. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. You look at this Steeler defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really have something to talk about.
That's the challenge.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's go now. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Trap 60, trap 60. Tempo.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now. Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
At the 40-yard line. 18, right in. 19 Lions.
Stroud out of the gun here. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Trying to find Jamison Williams, but now it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Browns defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. And some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the 1st quarter. Here's another good example.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Warriors 70. Ready.
2nd and 10. Stroud to throw yet again here. This one thrown underneath to A-Chain. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. They'll go again with Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Final 30 seconds of this 1st quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. Down right around the 25. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He may go. Jamison Williams. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jamison Williams, 75 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
It's a gain of 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Murray. Pass incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll take the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play fake. Murray. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And
it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
18 Rattler. Trap 60, trap 60.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Steelers are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
18, Pioneers.
The throwing again is Stroud. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That is caught, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Throw caught by H.A. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brad, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Devontae Smith, 30 yards. And the Steelers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's Hall again. He'll get this to about the 38. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Straight ahead is Hall. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Hall on a give up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. That'll be caught. It's the tight end Howard. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. They'll give to Hall. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Touchdown! Breece Hall, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Ready. 19 tight. 19 tight.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw there taken in by Smith. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Ready. 18, pioneer. Check. 19, Lion. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Again, it's Stroud. Got his man. That's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Devontae Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Lutz with the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. A final shot before half from Murray. Sheds off the tackle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
when they went to the tunnel with a lead, they come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
60 Maverick, 60 Warriors, 17.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Buffalo 18.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the delay of game penalty backs them up. It's now 2nd and 7.
Street.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And Stroud now to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Stroud on 3rd down now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Browns. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have retaken a third-quarter lead. Well, they got the ball to start the third quarter, looking to take the lead, and they did so in a hurry.
Yeah, they certainly did. Now, you and I both know teams that love those sustained drives, you know, those little body blows along the way. This team says, the heck with that. Why keep the ball longer than we need to? Let's go ahead and put it in the end zone and get to the bench and take a break.
First play of the third quarter. Get ready. Could be an exciting second half. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Stroud. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, wide open, complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Jamison Williams with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And, CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. A handoff for Hall. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 101 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alontae Taylor. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he will have the Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here goes Stroud again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Cup 19! Cup 19!
On 2nd down, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
60 Maverick. Go check. Go check. Check. Bobcat. Check. Bobcat.
Now Stroud. He's airing it out for Williams. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 20. And the Browns first down.
Give to Hall running right. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Throwing now is Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they'll wind up getting 7 there on 4th and 3.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a first down.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Hall. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Well, you see the speed there of Daxton Hill reaching him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Hall again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. York able to send this one through, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And this one complete to Smith. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now is Stroud. He's airing it out for Williams. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked up on the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Down the right sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, it's one thing to get the interception, and it was a great play, but then you saw how quickly all of his teammates, Charles, turned to find blocks, made sure they had space for him to make the house call.
And not only did they turn and find the blocks, none of them clipped from behind, blocked someone in the back. This play is going to stand. And how about what we see each and every week now? When the defenders make a big play, there's always a group celebration after the takeaway.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Let's go now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 16-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stroud going underneath. He's got Hockenson. And he'll be stopped right there at the 28. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Achane gets it from the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Ready?
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Dragon 60. Ready, ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Here's a give to Hall. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They'll run with Hall. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Campbell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Paris Campbell, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Stroud's throw complete there to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one complete down the field to Smith. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Here's Stroud. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Stroud. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to win the football game. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw it, Murray. He sets to fire deep. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here.